Hello and welcome to Famicast 253, your Famicast for the early parts of September 2023. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined, as always, by James Charlton.
Coming to you live. That's right, the pre-TGS show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got my my Steven 7. Thank you, Steve. T-shirt as well.
Nice.
Loving it.
Cool. I've talked to James about this and the guys before the show. I got a t-shirt coming in too. Hopefully it gets here in time for TGS. We'll see. But also joining us today, of course, is Mr. Cat Drugs himself.
What's good? Reporting live from the anime landfill.
Yeah, man.
You notice that I took down some of the stuff back there so I could get at a specific thing. So it's kind of stacked up over here. I'm looking to reorganize all the stuff soon. Okay. Maybe get selling that stuff on Mercari.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah. So
Danny, is this the last one of September?
No. This is the last one. This is the last one before Tokyo Game Show in September. Right. We will have another kind of like wrap-up show after next week. Basically, as of right now, the time of recording, next week is Tokyo Game Show 2023. We'll be there in some capacity. And then, the following, we'll have videos and all sorts of stuff up on the website, YouTube, and stuff like that, so you guys can see what's going on. Genki will be with us. Lemonade in the chat. He said, and the Famicast countdown, will a direct be announced in half an hour?
Honestly, that's a good point.
Yeah, I was really shocked that it wasn't announced last night for today.
Hasn't there been one on like September the 20th-ish for like the last 5 years or something like that?
It's been typically before TGS. I mean, 2020, it was even earlier in the month, but there was no TGS that year. But yeah, I think since 2017 there has been a September Nintendo Direct in like the first half of September since 2017. So
yeah,
I mean,
Nintendo they don't want to spoil all that big stuff at TGS, right? You know,
sure.
all of their non-existent things. So yeah, they do that instead of going to TGS, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, even then, it's like most of their first-party stuff that they wanted to talk about, they've already talked about. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, we'll see most of the big stuff. But yeah, anyway, we'll see how all of that shakes out. We'll be sure to probably say something as soon as it's announced during this recording, because it'll probably happen.
Not a guarantee.
Yeah. Metal Mike's also in the chat. Hey, good evening, gents. Metal Mike, welcome aboard, buddy.
Let's go.
Well, I guess without further ado, let's just go ahead and get the show kicked off with a little bit of new business. And to kick us off, Ty, how would you start things off?
I've been elected.
Yes.
Chairman of the new business. Mm-hmm. All right. I've been on that grind, and I am ready to die. So the Alien chapter came out for Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did, like, prior to the characters coming out is like I had like $5 in funny money on like both my PC and console accounts. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll just put in like $5 and then grind out the battle pass, and I will get that in-game currency back and buy the characters.
Okay.
So I have been playing Dead by Daylight like every free moment for like the past couple weeks.
Wow.
And I hate it here. All right. Okay, so Alien came out. He's pretty cool. New Survivor Ripley. Pretty cool. Meta shifting perks. Yeah, they're all right. But man, like, this fucking game has gotten like more awful game-breaking bugs for like no discernible reason.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Okay, like I haven't ran into this personally. Like, a thing survivors can do is if they have a flashlight, they can kind of trigger an animation bug where they clip through the lockers and most killers are unable to reach them.
Okay.
Yeah, so fortunately the developers put in place a kill switch system where they can get rid of problematic perks or items or characters. They just like straight up disable them until like the next patch comes out, which is hopefully fucking today. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and I've seen a couple of hackers in game after not seeing any for a long time. But there's another good feature. If you report a hacker and they actually get banned, it gives you a little message of appreciation.
Okay.
They'll give you the kill count. They'll tell you action has been taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, it's nice. But I mean, it would be better if, like, I don't know. Does it, like, why did these bugs fucking happen? It's like this game has been like nothing but spaghetti code since it came out. I guess it was a much smaller company when 1.0 came out, and they didn't have any big licenses or anything. They had like they had like a off-brand Jason and Leatherface and Funny Ghost Guy.
Yeah.
And then they got a license, and they're like, okay, we hit the big leagues now, and it's still buggy. It's still buggy, guys.
Yeah.
So I am ready to finish grinding out this pass on 2 different platforms, and then just like fucking uninstall. Yeah. Until the next character comes out in like 2 months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks cool, and I mean, just the the Xenomorph and Ripley just in this game. I mean, it seems like just a really good fit, like stylistically and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been speculated for a really long time.
Right.
And there's more speculation that the next killer is going to be Predator.
Really? Okay, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like same studio, same license holder, and there's like a little Predator reference with one of the Alien skins.
Okay.
Yeah, so people are thinking Predator.
Okay.
We don't know. Nobody knows. It could be Jason finally. It's like the one big license they don't have yet. Yeah, or you never know. It could be some left field license, like, I don't know. Pyramid Head was a wild one when they got him.
Yeah.
So you can have any killer on any stage, right? This is not locked to only the alien, right? Yeah. So you could have you could actually remake was it Jason X, where they're like in space?
Yeah.
You could actually redo that, right?
Yeah. They were working before they lost the license or like the whole license curve fluffle with Friday the 13th. They were working on a Jason X map and character for the Friday the 13th game.
Huh.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So
Friday the 13th was before Dead by Daylight?
No, it came out after, but like because of the license situation with it, like they couldn't update the game anymore.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because of things, and hopefully it's resolved now, and like there's been like some random Friday the 13th like licensed goods on the market, like non-video game stuff. So hopefully, I'm just praying it's like the one license this game is missing.
Yeah.
But like some other wild one, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah. On the Discord, I remember Russ asked me, "Hey, are you interested in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like another asymmetrical murder game?"
Recently, kind of came out, right?
Yeah. Like I even have it on Game Pass. I may have installed it, but like I am not interested at all. I cannot take another fucking one of these games.
Yeah. And
actually,
dude, weird thing about that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, like AEW was sponsoring it, or like it was one of their sponsors or something for one of their shows, and they had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match, and it was like the stupidest thing I've ever seen in wrestling. I mean, wrestling's stupid, but like what's his face, Texas Chainsaw Man even came out and had like they were blaring chainsaw sounds over the PA system. You're like, dude, what? And like the wrestlers were freaking out. I'm like, why? Oh my god, it was so dumb.
One of these men will be killed in the ring.
God, they were like dumping fake blood all over each other and shit. It was like, dude, what? Why?
I think I saw like a screenshot or something.
Jeff Jarrett was in there. I like Jeff Jarrett, and just some of the Just stupid.
Sounds very silly.
Yeah.
I hope they kill that iron yuppie.
Yeah. Me and my buddy, like, Jinsei, he comes in here sometimes. It's me and him playing in a duo usually.
Okay, cool.
Because our schedules line up wonderfully.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're always on voice chat. And we get really excited when a Bubba comes out. It's like Bubba, he's always a special boy when he comes out. I love Texas Chainsaw Man. But really, it's just, it's Bubba. Good times. So besides that, just a little Street Fighter 6. Hope to get on that more once this fucking pass is done. And the fucking girl clicker anime gotcha game. Nikkei. Yeah, I'm like just playing that on like another monitor, like between matches. And they have a crossover character. It's 2B from Nier Automata. I got her. I won the gotcha.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm just clicking all the anime girls. You just go in and you click, and hopefully it'll activate your neurons or something.
Yeah, it'll activate something. That's for sure.
Christ, I hate it here. I'm ready for a new video game.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing.
So, I mean, I know you have Game Pass. Did you not try out Starfield at all? Don't really care, like as of right now or something, or?
I don't care a lot, but like I said, I have to like finish this fucking pass by like I think I have like 2 weeks left, and it's
okay.
Like,
so this is like the priority. I mean, it's like this.
Yeah, it's like your
job, maybe eating, showering, something like that.
Yeah. Plus, Starfield, I'm sure it's buggy as fuck.
Yeah.
And like, I may as well wait for them to like patch it and then like, get the new mods in and all that stuff.
Of course.
Right. Get the Battletoad follower.
Right.
Get the Midna helmet. Get the Spider-Man outfit. Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'm looking forward to the mods.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Starfield's from the creators of fill in the blank.
Fucking Skyrim and
okay.
Fucking Todd Howard game.
Yeah.
So like I'm not like super excited to play it. It's gonna be like a shitty story and you follow the arrows until you get to the end of the game. No, I'm not falling all over myself to play it, but I probably will just to like satisfy I've told you before, I like the trash bear simulator games where I just dig through trash and hoard stuff. That's how I chill out. But right now, I have no chill.
Sure. Yeah, Lemonade, he had mentioned the game earlier, so I just figured I'd just throw it out over to you. I know you still, you're on Game Pass and all that stuff. And he said he hasn't found any real bugs in Starfield yet. So, I mean, it's a huge game, too. So, I mean, that's the thing. It seems like anytime that you see people posting about bugs on the internet, like, I'm probably not playing as much as these people. So like where do you find these things? So like, it's just the way it goes sometimes.
That sounds really boring. A space game with no bugs. What are you,
Yes.
what are you shooting?
Exactly.
Yeah. Where's the annoying little spidery enemies that have to be in every fucking video game?
Right. God.
Yeah. What's the equivalent of the rats?
Yep. I'll probably I'll probably be done with the passes like right when the new Street Fighter character comes out. There's
perfect timing.
The next Street Fighter character, Aki. She's kind of like a poison using character. Very very wild looking. I don't know if you guys saw her played 5, but apparently she's kind of connected to Fong, who is a poison using character in Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
Street Fighter 5 fucking sucks. Don't play it.
Okay.
So Aki wasn't on the character select screen that I did. That's like hasn't been
right.
Yet. Okay.
Yeah. So there's only been one DLC character so far, Rashid, who's a returning Street Fighter 5 character. Like, I really hope they do go back and get all the like the cool characters they had in Street Fighter 5 and put them in a good game. I would be so happy. Like there are a lot of really cool characters, and it's just like, fuck, why are they in this game?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a Street Fighter 6 Champion Edition, Arcade Edition, Super Street Fighter 6, right?
Those are called,
maybe,
those are
yeah.
called season passes.
Yeah, kind of like I'm sure they finally have like a stable thing where they can just keep updating the same game. I mean, Street Fighter 5 didn't really get like new versions. It was all the same game, even if they like updated the name or whatever. Like if you had the base game, you were playing the current version.
Okay.
So Street Fighter 6 is gonna be the same way, and they said they're not gonna do any like sweeping balance changes more than like once a year.
Okay.
So you're gonna be playing like Street Fighter 6 Year 1 version for the Year 1.
Okay.
And yep, and then they'll let the dust settle. They'll know what the balance is. They'll know who's floated to the top, and it looks like Ken and JP, by the way.
Okay.
So yep, can't wait to not play Dead by Daylight.
Nice. All right. Cool, man. Well,
I have to finish the passes because also Nick Cage gets all these cool outfits on the fucking battle passes. Oh my god.
Okay.
You get like cool leather jacket and sunglasses and just really flashy, funny stuff. It's great.
Cool.
Nice.
I love him. He's my special boy.
All right. Cool, man. Well, if that's all you got, I'll go ahead and go next with new business. Actually, so I have two things I want to talk about today. One of them I will actually, both are probably going to be rather brief. One of them is something that I picked up to review, and that's NBA 2K24 on the Switch. So
we go play hoop.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, playing, NBA 2K on the Switch has always been kind of interesting. I mean, a lot of people, I don't know what they were expecting, but, in 2017, when they first showed off the Switch and they showed how you can play, NBA 2K on the thing in the park with your friends, that was kind of weird. But I mean, it was cool to be like, hey, we have this like mobile version of this game that you can play. And, I've played every single one that's come out on the Switch. They're fine. They're fun games. Sometimes have certain aspects of them that are a little bit broken, like most of the time just like transaction type of stuff, which can be kind of annoying but very easily avoidable. So yeah, with 2K14, kind of like the big thing, at least on the Switch version, because like kind of what's happening is that 2K is obviously and rightfully so prioritizing more powerful hardware, the PS5 and Xbox Series systems and stuff like that. Oddly enough, they are leaving PC out in the dust on that, which is kind of bizarre. PC is kind of getting relegated to like PS4, Xbox One, and Switch level of support. So there are a lot of features missing from that version as well. But they usually do bring like a couple of big things, one being what's called My Career. And for the years, there's always been like this really in-depth type of story mode with voice acting and all this type of stuff. It's usually pretty cool. For some reason this year, they did not have that in any version. They just totally removed any of the pizzazz out of that mode. So it's just very, very abrupt. Like you start up the game, you make your ugly character, and then it's like, what team do you want to play on? And then you get like a quote unquote email from the team and saying, congratulations, you're now in the starting lineup. And it's like anybody could be on the team and you'll just start over them. And it's like, okay, that's that. So yeah, I mean, that it is what it is. But one of the cool things they have in this game too is this thing called Mamba Moments. It's moments in the career of Kobe Bryant, like kind of things that he did that were just like amazing. And basically you get a chance to kind of relive these moments. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I've been having some fun kind of playing around with that. And yeah, it's a fine game, but like last year they had a similar mode with Michael Jordan, but they had like almost 2 times as many quote unquote moments or challenges. So it almost feels to me like this is a little bit kind of like a step back from last year, just with this particular mode in particular, and not to even mention, like I said, the removal completely of the story mode stuff. So yeah, I mean, I do have a review I just put up a couple of days ago. If you want a little bit more in-depth talk on that, you can head over there. But one of the things I didn't really mention in my review that I'll talk about here just briefly is like I saw like on X that like this game, the PC version of it has been getting like review bombed like on Steam or whatever, because people are mad about microtransactions and stuff like that. And even kind of leading up to this, I mean, it is a $60 plus game, and they have like season passes, and on top of that, microtransaction that you can use to like basically beef up your own player whenever you're playing online. Progression, if you're not doing that, you can build up your player to like a 99, but it's gonna take a long time, maybe like 50, 60, 70, 80 hours or more. So, you know, obviously if you just pay to win, that's no fun. If you're playing with somebody else online, it's like, yeah, I mean, control wise, it's the same, but just like sometimes speed, abilities and stuff like that. The other players that have higher rankings, their shots are going to go in faster. So it's like, yeah, that's why I don't even bother with online on this shit. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that the online stuff is really kind of in your face with the microtransactions and stuff. So it's like, yeah, that sounds fun.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So you can actually take these characters that you leveled up with microtransactions and then use that online.
Yeah.
Wow. Ty probably has several opinions on that kind of thing.
Yeah. Imagine buying an EA game in the year of our Lord 2020.
Yeah. Well, this is a 2K one, so I don't know what to tell you. I know.
So is this like an off year, Danny? Do you think they're just taking a year off, just kind of doing a copy and paste update, and then next year's like the proper one?
Well, I mean, they haven't done this, at least removing like this amount of stuff and kind of just saying like, okay, you know, old systems, forget you. We're just going to move on to the, you know, Xbox and the Series X and PlayStation 5. I mean, it's possible. Maybe they're thinking too that, you know, hey, I mean, Switch is obviously getting a bit long in the tooth. So maybe whatever Nintendo's cooking up, 2K is working with them on that too. So that, you know, people will see that at the, you know, reveal trailer and be like, oh shit, like this thing looks amazing on the Switch or something. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, they could have just been testing the water too. Like, hey, let's put all our resources into this, you know, Xbox and PS5 stuff. Who cares about the Switch version and stuff? It's not our bread and butter. Yes, I mean, that could be a thing too.
Yeah, it reminds me of like, I mean, there were some dark days. I know, like the 360, PS3, Wii era. You know the console wars at that time. Like, if you listen to like a multi-platform podcast, you know, they would always talk about, oh, this year's Madden, or this year's Call of Duty, or this year's whatever. And I just really hated that expression, like this year's blank. It's like, what had games become? Like, I don't know if that expression started around about that time, but it became really prolific because there was a new Madden and new Call of Duty like every year. Like, there was never a year when that didn't happen, right?
Yeah. And I mean,
it was crazy. And the Nintendo versions were, you know, in the Wii era, it was, you know, absolute garbage, like barely a version, you know.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to the simulation stuff, they always stepped it back. EA tried things with like Madden and I think FIFA to make it so it's more akin to the Switch's power, and also something that would work better with the controls. But like maybe early on that was kind of appealing, but then people just started saying, especially like 2008, 2009, people like, yeah, this is like playing a GameCube game in like 2008, 2009. And people just got kind of tired of it, especially, you know, sim heads. Just moved on. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, dude, one cool thing that, believe it or not, you know, I've probably talked about this on the show before, but you know, Konami of all companies, with their sports games, their baseball games at least, they do 2-year release cycle, which is great because that gives them time to, of course, you know, they'll put out a game. It's usually good, like really good. And they, within that 2 years, they still support the game with like roster updates and a couple, maybe even sometimes adding modes and stuff too. But when the 2 years is up, they will put out a new game that has like even better modes and stuff like that. Whereas opposed to the companies releasing these games every year, it seems like after a while they slip up because it's only a year, man. Like you can only do so much and, you know, grind that for so long. And this could just be one of those down years for 2K. Maybe they'll pick it back up next year. I mean, the thing is, like, gameplay wise, the game's fine. Yeah, I think it's absolutely great. But just, you know, microtransaction stuff annoys people. Lack of modes kind of taking away things is just kind of annoying as well.
Is there a new Madden game every year? A new Call of Duty game every year?
Call of Duty's,
I don't think so.
Recently, yes.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Madden, absolutely. I don't think they've missed a beat since the 90s, dude. So, yeah, no joke.
And
I think there was 1 year they canceled it, and it was insane.
Well, it wasn't any time recently.
Danny, FIFA is not called FIFA anymore, right? Is it like EA FC or something? EA?
Yeah, and that's coming out at the end of this month too, right? So,
yeah, it's like if John Madden ever, you found out that he was like, a raging pedophile or something like that, they would have to change the games for the rest of the time,
right? Yeah. But and yeah, what the heck? I was just gonna.
FIFA is such a cursed word now that they can't use it, even though that's just the name of the organization. It's like like saying NFL. Like if the word NFL became poison, like you can't call any game with NFL or whatever.
Yeah,
it's kind of
and
weird.
like I think one of the things that kind of made situations like this a problem is when these companies started buying up licenses, like getting exclusivity for decades. At some point, like EA has a exclusivity license with the NFL. We get for American football games. Whereas like in mid 2000s, there was some really healthy competition. Both companies were putting out some really awesome games with some really awesome features and like really going back and forth until like EA just threw down a shitload of money and 2K couldn't match. Then they did the same thing with the NBA. At one point, like, they were both making games, but EA just pulled out. They're like, we can't. They said like we just can't make it up to like a certain amount of quality. Maybe there's like maybe we just can't make it as good as 2K. But yeah, so it's interesting. But actually, Balls in the chat here too said the for basketball, the people demand a new NBA Jam, not this realistic stuff. I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah, man. I'm done with that.
True.
Yeah. They did, the NBA did put out some kind of a jam-ish type of game a couple years ago called NBA Playgrounds. Like, I think the thing with that, as opposed to like these simulation things, why they're successful, people that are mildly interested in sports will pick up a game like NBA Jam, like at first. But like, they're probably not going to be repeat customers every year because like, why the hell would I want to buy a new game? Like, I have this one. So maybe that's a reason why we don't see a lot of that type of stuff these days. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know if you call these people casuals, but like the people who
we used to, right?
Yeah, they buy the sports games every year. I mean, they are also watching sports on TV. Yeah. So like they want to see the latest teams, reflected on TV in their video game, right? So it's kind of like that, right?
Right. They're like a sports enthusiast first and a video gamer second.
Sure. Exactly. Sure. That's right. And then Madden, for some reason as well. Madden and Call of Duty, hand in hand. Shoot people, throw balls.
The American way. Balls too, bringing up some nice little kind of callbacks here. Yeah, NBA Jam, Blitz, MLB Slugfest. Yeah, we used to have a good with sports games. Yeah, there are a lot of good arcade ones back in the day. There is like an arcade like American football game coming to like every platform using like the NFL Players Association license to a degree. It's coming out in like early October or something. I'm trying to see if I can get a review for that. We'll see how that works out. But
right. And also, have you noticed that like the 360 guys? Obviously, 360 was the biggest, the best-selling console in the US, right, by far. Not the world, but in the US, right? And then all of those people just migrated to PS4. It just shows that they don't give a shit about the console. They just want the game.
Yeah.
So, and those people are probably still on PS4 or PS5 now, right? Rest in peace, Xbox, but
right.
Yeah, as long as they keep pumping out those games.
Exactly. But yeah, sorry to talk so long about sports stuff. Thank you for entertaining me and asking interesting and intriguing questions, guys. I appreciate that.
What's your favorite basketball?
Yes.
What do you like sports?
Yes.
Spalding.
Yes, there it is. Well, one other thing I'll talk about just briefly here too, because I picked it up just last week, and this is actually kind of a little bit of JAPANews, if you will. But at the end of August, Atari 50 the Atari game, like that collection game that came out last November, just kind of just shadow dropped on the Switch eShop here in Japan, just out of nowhere. Yeah, so I was like, I was interested in it, but like I have my main account is a Japanese one, so I'm like, okay, I don't like having to, shift around money and all this stuff because that's just annoying. But it came out here in Japan and like it was 15% off or so on like the first week or something like that. So I was like, yeah, let's throw it down. And I did get to play just a little bit. I mean, what this is too, if you're unaware, it's a kind of a collection of obviously games, as well as like documentaries and like other bits of information about all these old ass games like development and stuff like that. And it's super interesting. And it's just a really nicely put together package, and it just kind of gives you a look into the world of Atari and like what happened. So.
I was just thinking, like, wait, what localization needs to be done with these games? But it's not the games; it's like the information about it, right? Exactly. Is it dual language, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, like, do you mean like spoken or what?
Oh, like if you switch to an English profile, everything changes to English. Japanese,
so
Japanese, like
you could just switch from the options in the game, which is kind of nice. And you could switch. I think at least the version on the Japanese eShop has English, French, German, Japanese, obviously, Italian, and Spanish or something.
I wonder if people who bought it on Western profiles, did they get the Japanese added to an update?
It's weird. It seems like it's almost a coin toss with that type of stuff. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on what the publisher did in Japan. You know what I mean? It's just weird sometimes. But and they do have like some kind of remastered games too in here as well. Like I'm not a huge Atari guy at all. Like that was way before my time. I never had one. I played one like as a kid, like when I was like in junior high or high school at like a friend's house or something like that. But it wasn't like a big part of my childhood, so I don't really have nostalgia for it. I just think it's an interesting piece of gaming history to see kind of what happened at the time. And this gives you a good like look at development stories, information, advertisements, and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. And I've been enjoying it so far. So
what did you think of Atari when you played it, like as a kid? Was it like old news? Like really
this is kind of boring. This is old, right? It's just the way it was. I mean, it was just a little bit too simplistic for my taste. Kind of going from
look at that box art. This is why the video game crash happened, guys. The beautiful box art and then the absolute garbage game.
Right.
True.
Yeah, I mean, Ty, did you have some experience with the Atari back in the day?
My neighbor had one. I played it a bit. A lot of different games. Most of the games are actually trash, but there were a few bangers.
Sure.
Like I was a big fan of there was like a Pong with like 50 or 100 variations, and some of them were like really cool.
Whoa.
Like there would be like a basketball one with like even like gravity physics.
Oh yeah, they were talking about that in one of the videos, and also like an advertisement I saw. Like they had this weird arcade unit for Pong. They had regular ones, but for kids, they were like, let's put like a special one in doctors' offices that's called like Pong volleyball, and like like shit like that. And it's like, okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that's probably like the number one best Atari game for me.
Cool.
What else? There was tanks and this is some random stuff. It was kind of fun.
Sure.
But yeah, there's a lot of junk in there too. So
yeah.
Was tanks later remixed into that Wii Play thing? Is that what that's based on? No. Well, no, not Wii U. Wii.
I know.
Wii Play.
It could have been inspired by it. I mean, because I played that game on this collection. It's fine. I mean, like I said, and Ty knows too. Some of the stuff's trash. Some of it's just like really simple.
Like the worst port of Pac-Man of all time.
Atari, right?
It's probably not on there. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still, and like what this does, it kind of keeps track of your progress. I mean, you could just play the games if that's all you want to do. Like you don't have to sit through and read shit if you don't want to. But it kind of keeps track. It's like you're like 80 per whatever percent through this section of this experience, because it's a game but it's not a game, so like that's interesting.
So I love being treated like a tourist by a video game.
Yes. Yeah.
So Danny, the videos and documentary things are interesting, like well done.
Very well done. Yeah, very well done. This is super competent package. I mean, it is a little bit expensive, I think. I mean, if you're super into like gaming history and stuff like that, then I don't think money's probably not that much of an issue for you. But I think these days, especially in the West, it's probably on sale. Here, it launched at like roughly 4,500 yen. It was like that with the weird exchange rate right now. It's like $30 US or something. So that's pretty damn cheap.
Yeah. Well, this is of zero interest for Japanese people because they have almost no history of. I mean, I think the Atari did get released in Japan like much later than the rest of the world, but it sold like shit, obviously, And the video game crash didn't happen in Japan because they were playing other stuff, good stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm just that's the kind of game that obviously you just kind of just chill out to. And I was trying to pump out like a NBA 2K review, so like I was just capturing some NBA stuff, and I was like, okay, I am just gonna like sit down and just at least play this for 30 minutes or something, just sipping a beer, watching this stuff, playing a little bit of old games. There we go. So
sipping a beer goes without saying, mate.
Right. Yeah. But anyways, that is going to do it for my new business. Let's go ahead and pass things over to JC.
Well, I wasn't going to talk about Zelda, but then Balls says, are we talking Zelda, boys? So now I guess I got to talk about Zelda. Well, yeah, I haven't been playing anything new, so I have only been playing Zelda, and I've already said, I've completed the game. But like, I think a lot of videos now on YouTube I'm seeing about Zelda are just, crazy builds or useful builds or and also like what to do once you've beaten Ganon kind of videos are starting to crop up in my feed now. So it's like, well, okay, you've beaten Ganon, but have you done this? So have you got all the armor, for example? And the answer to that is no. There is so much armor, like all of the amiibo armor from Breath of the Wild is in Tears of the Kingdom, but then there's a whole bunch more as well, like Zonite armor. Like I wouldn't even know where to start to find that, but like it looks cool as hell. I want to get it. I like the glide suit, which lets you glide, without your paraglider, but just like actually glide. Like what do you call those things? They're real, aren't they? Like the military use them. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, no, it's like, and those things apparently make it so you can't like die from fall damage. Essentially, you won't get hurt like in the game. I don't know about real life.
I don't know if you glide to the ground. I think
that's what that's what I read like somewhere online.
But you can go like huge distances and you won't lose stamina because you're just gliding. Cool. So I've got 2 out of 3 of that armor, and then I just thought like the Gleeox and the Kling-Gleeox, these giant creatures, like I haven't beaten any of them. Like, and when you beat those, you get like, some crazy, piece of the, whatever it is, fang or horn or whatever, which you can then make some weapons with, right?
Yeah.
So like I say, okay, I should at least beat these creatures like at least once, right? Because when you do, you get like a little star next to it, the name. Like, if you just bump into an enemy in the overworld, the name will come up, and if you've beaten it, the name next to the name there will be a star.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
I don't know if it's like you get something for doing all of that, but like well, you get obviously the piece that you can then fuse to something, right?
Sure.
And then obviously I haven't finished all the batteries. I've still got like a couple of batteries left. I haven't been to the depths for a long time actually. I've completely flipped. Like I spent so much time in the depths, got so much stuff, but now because I'm trying to find all the shrines. So that's the first thing I need to do. The most obvious thing is get the rest of the shrines. And because it's like getting down to the last few shrines now, that it's like it's not just a simple case of, I think I said this last time, not just gliding over, getting it, and walking in. And also fewer and fewer are the the blessing ones where you just walk in and you get stuff, thanks mate, see you later.
Sure.
Like it's actually shrines that you have to actually have a do something like a puzzle or something like that. But at this point in the game, like I can just abuse the physics and the ascend feature. I can just do anything. It's like because I can just throw up an item in the sky. Use the backwards in time thing and then like ascend into it and climb somewhere. I don't even need to do any of the things that they're suggesting because like I just know the physics and how the game works so well now. I don't need to do any of that, right? So it's not about the puzzles. It's just like finding it, finding these fucking shrines. And then the other thing that I want to do is upgrade the sages. I've upgraded 2 out of the 4. Sorry, no, yeah, 2, 4, right? No, there's more than 4.
5.
Shit, 5. There's 5. I've upgraded 2 out of 5. So, obviously you need 4 of those sages' wills to do that, right? So there's a whole lot of stuff to find. Balls is saying collect all the bubble gems. I don't know what they do.
You really?
What do they give you? Something?
Yeah. So like, I mean, we talked about this in the Discord, but like, you find those things for killing like the frog guys in the caves, and you get a gem for it, and then you can trade them in for like basically pieces of. It's basically trading it to like that weird monster guy who's sometimes he'll give you like pieces of armor, and then sometimes he'll give you like this trash that you need to buy before you can get the next bit of armor or something.
Okay, so it's an armor set, basically.
Essentially. Yeah, and it keeps on, the price keeps on building. It's like, okay, give me 1, give me 2, give me 4, and this keeps going up. So
yeah, this is similar to the statues that live on the ground as well. That you can buy those dark armors. I've bought all of that. Obviously, I've spent so much time down there. So yeah. So it's probably just things like that. There's like armor set. There's probably side adventures that you have to do to get some of these as well. So this is like, I mean, 180 hours, by the way. Damn. I've been playing this game, and I looked at the side objectives, side mission thing, and it's like I like less than 40 out of 140 or something like that. It's like I played this game for 180 hours. I barely touched the side quest.
Yeah, and
to be fair, some of them, maybe they're not worth doing because it's just like, here's 50 rupees. But then, some of them will be attached to, a shrine quest or like some armor or something like really, really big.
Here are 50 diamonds. Okay, cool.
Right. Well, yeah. I don't really need money right now, but like, I want things that, like armor, something that you can't buy.
Sure.
So I honestly don't know how much more time I'm going to play this game because there's always like something left to do. We'll see, which kind of leads into something that we'll talk about in news. But anyway,
sure.
And I don't know if we can talk about. Should we talk about the Switch 2 stuff in news? I think maybe that makes more sense, doesn't it?
We can talk about that in news. That's fine.
Let's do that. Okay. So everything else we'll talk about later in the show.
Okay.
Let's move it on. Thanks.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for the new business. Before we go ahead and move on to some now playing, we're going to give you guys a brief look at one of the other shows on the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network, which we're a part of. And I'll pull that up here momentarily. Yes, here we go.
Spaceships,
magic swords,
intergalactic empires,
dead gods,
and creatures from beyond the moon.
What mad universe could contain all these fantastic visions?
What Mad Universe is a bi-weekly podcast
delving into the misty origins of sci-fi and fantasy, pop culture and genre tropes.
Take a cosmic trip on What Mad Universe podcast, now on the Tokyo Beat Podcast Network.
There you have it.
Nice.
Kinky.
Very, very. All right. Well, now playing on the Famicast.com, we got lots of stuff going up on YouTube, lots of stuff that will be coming up on YouTube, the website, everywhere, especially next week. But we'll go ahead and give you a little bit of an update on stuff that's been going on here recently. Like I mentioned just not too terribly long ago, I put up a review and some footage of NBA 2K24 on the Switch. So if you wanted to check that out, you can. There's also all sorts of other stuff like JAPANews, like I talked about Atari 50 coming out in Japan, just literally just stealth dropping out of nowhere. Even the Japanese news sites I checked didn't even say it. I just was on the eShop and was like, what the hell? Okay. there it is. So other like weird, wacky stuff too. There's like Mario potato chips that are out now. There's a Mario collaboration thing going on at Baskin Robbins, Zelda coffee. Man, like there's a lot of cool, like weird, wacky stuff that's going on here that, if you guys check out the website, you guys can find all that stuff out. And then of course there's TGS coming up next week. So Famicast is going to be the place to be if you want to check out some Japan exclusive news and information. So be sure to check it out. Oh yeah, I also did a review for Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Redemption 1 rather, on the Switch that you can find on YouTube and also written form on the website. All this and more. Goddamn right. All right. And oh man, James, you have to remind me what time it is, man.
JAPANews.
That's right, folks. It's time for the JAPANews, the latest and greatest comings and goings of everything going on in Japan, Nintendo. And we're here to tell you all about it, even if some of it is a little #old, because we did take a little bit of a longer break than what we usually do between episodes. And, we were just talking about Tears of the Kingdom. And James, how about you go ahead and just hit us up with that first bit of news?
Yes. Well, you could probably tell by the way I was talking at the end there. So there was news that there will not be any additional DLC for Tears of the Kingdom ever. I didn't say ever, but we're assuming ever. So that's the plan right now. Anyway, so who came up? Was it Aonuma himself who said it, or?
Yeah. So like, I have a quote here, like from. Yeah, so you can see.
Oh, for DbD, is it? Oh, okay, here we go. I don't know if it will be our next project, but I'm thinking about what the next fun experience will be. At the present time, I'm not sure what form that will take. Well, me and Ty were talking about what we would like in the next Zelda game. Maybe he's going to do an offshoot, something different. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, but then, I mean, because, Famitsu is basically asking, like, hey, what are you guys working on? Can you tell us anything else? I mean,
what year is this? When's the next Zelda?
Yeah, like, there's so many possibilities, is what he said. Then, Aonuma just, like, literally straight up just says there are currently no plans to release any DLC for Tears of the Kingdom because they felt like they've done everything that they can with the world. And, I mean, James, from playing 180 hours and you still feel like, you still have stuff that you can do. I mean, know as well as anybody that, like, they did a lot with this. And I personally, I think it would have been cool. And I just thought it was just a lock. I thought they were just going to throw in DLC because that's what Nintendo's been doing, for most of their big games since the Switch came out. Yeah. And even with Breath of the Wild, like that DLC just seemed like, yep, let's put it in here and then we'll figure out what it's going to be. So I'm just glad they didn't do that. Well, at least not yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like almost like a Galaxy 2, situation with Tears of the Kingdom, to be honest. Like, sure. With Breath of the Wild, they did so much, such a huge game, but then they thought of some other ideas that they could do, add some shrines, add a little bit more story, and add that motorcycle for some reason. And then I think the other kind of modes that they added to Breath of the Wild in the DLC, like there was that mode where you started with nothing and then you kind of went through progressively harder missions kind of thing. It almost like the Metal Gear Solid VR missions. It definitely reminded me of that, where it just gets harder and harder. And if you die once, back to the beginning. But there were save points, after you've beaten a certain amount. I forgot how many it was. I never did it actually, and I think if you beat the very, very, very hardest one, like you actually got an upgraded Master Sword or something like that.
Okay.
I did the story DLC. I got the motorcycle.
Okay. I didn't even do that.
But yeah, the ultra hard, like it was like ridiculously hard one. I mean, props to anyone who did that, by the way. Mm-hmm. If anyone in the chat says that they beat that master mode without dying once, I'm impressed. But so like when it came to Tears of the Kingdom, I mean, they took so fucking long to make it. I mean, was it 5-6 years, whatever it was?
Yeah.
To come out, like 5 years, right?
Well, 2017.
But I guess they had the DLC. When did the DLC for Breath of the Wild come out? Was it 2018?
2018. I mean, they did release part 1 like right at launch. You know, that Switch T-shirt or whatever the hell it was.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
So let's say, 5 years to make Tears of the Kingdom. They could have released it in 2021, and with a lot fewer, a lot less content, right? They couldn't. They might not have put all of the armor sets in, for example.
Sure.
They could have put a lot fewer shrines in. I mean, there's an obnoxious amount of shrines and things to get in Tears of the Kingdom.
Sure.
They could have like taken out, the sky shrines or something like that, and not all of the sky shrines were DLC or something like that. They could very easily have done that.
Yeah.
The fifth stage, for example, whatever, something like that. That was oh cool. There's another stage. Yeah, I'll get that DLC. But they didn't. They just put it all in the game.
Yeah.
So now it's like, well, we did literally everything, and like, what more can we add to this? Anything more would just be like, filler padding. It would just be something very vacuous. It wouldn't be much like, it wouldn't be very beefy.
Sure.
So if we're going to do that, we might as well just do another game. I think that's probably what the thinking is now, because like, we've done that. Let's, back to the storyboards. Let's plan the next game.
Sure.
Let's make it a whole game, something new. And that's cool. I mean, that's why I like Nintendo, because they think like that. They think differently to other companies, because no one else would have done that, I don't think.
Yeah. So I when I first heard the news, I was like, oh my God, how many people are going to be really mad about this? But it seems like everybody's pretty good with it. Like, I can't really think of anybody that's like pissed off. Like, how dare they?
Who's saying, I've done everything in Tears of the Kingdom, I need more?
I finished that on May 14th. The game came out on May 12th. It's like, okay.
It's like, hands up, who's got everything in Tears of the Kingdom? And it's been out for what, 3-4 months? Of course you haven't. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I think for most normal people that like aren't game reviewers or jobless or whatever, I mean, like, chances are you probably haven't gotten everything in the game. So there is just so much there. So I'm glad that they're not.
I wonder if there are speedruns, like 100% speedruns for that. It took them a while for Breath of the Wild, right? But there are like 100% speedruns for Breath of the Wild. Like,
God,
there's there's like super speedruns, like, go to Ganon in your underpants, and a wooden stick. There are those kind of speedruns, but then there are also like get everything, and it is ridiculous. It's like 15 hours.
Yeah,
that's a speedrun, right?
It doesn't sound like fun to me. But I mean, hey, if that's how people are enjoying their time with games, good luck to them. I mean, that's good for them. So,
right. I actually really want to know what that is now. 100% Breath of the Wild, because there's any percent, right? Any percent, right? And then there's 100% Breath of the Wild speedrun. Let's go. What have we got? Okay, you can move on to the next thing while I look over this.
Okay.
17 hours and 35 minutes.
Okay, that's all.
Oh, you were pretty close. You were pretty close to.
Yeah,
that's right. 15.
It was a good guess. It was a good guess. That's for sure.
That's a speed run. 17 hours. But that's I'm assuming that's all Koroks, which is just, I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah. Wow.
17 hours speed run. Yeah. I'd like to, I don't know if Ty knows off the top of his head, but like, what other games would have ridiculously high speed run times? Like
Donkey Kong 64.
Oh God.
That's a big one.
Still, I don't think that shouldn't be anywhere close to like 17 hours. It doesn't seem like, who knows?
Right.
It just seems like it's not, I mean, there's a lot of shit to find in that game, but
it is. I mean, I 100%ed that game, but not in whatever hours.
3 hours. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, okay. Ty, would you mind taking that next bit of news?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. We got a remake. We got a remake of Nintendo DS Game Center CX. The Game Center CX games coming to Nintendo Switch. Game is titled Game Center CX Arino no Chosenjo. 1 and 2 replay. So I guess it's 2 games in 1. Is that a thing?
Yeah. Yeah. So like this
Game set.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of forgot that this was even a thing like back in the day, but it was like, Game Center CX, famous or infamous show where, Arino, the guy who goes through playing these games, usually getting his ass handed to him and stuff like that. But he was involved with making some games on the DS back in the day, and they're doing a complete like remaster remake for him on the Switch. And it's coming out at some point, kind of undisclosed, a TBD type of thing. So, or TBD, excuse me. And but the game's actually going to be at Tokyo Game Show. Arino's going to be there. The producer from Bandai Namco is going to be there. Like one of the game, like Indie Zero is a company that's helping with the development, and they've done development on this in the past. They also worked on the Theater Rhythm games, Sute Hakun, cool Super Famicom, like Japan only puzzle game and stuff. But they'll be at Tokyo Game Show. The game will be there. So yeah, that'll be cool. Hopefully. I mean, people seem to have really, enjoyed this back in the day. So yeah, here's to a good remake. So
Yep. Let's see. Physical version with a DVD announced. TBD release date.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing too, because Donkey Kong 64, 101%. The course of fucking Donkey Kong, 5 hours, 10 minutes, 47 seconds. Okay, that's impressive. I wasn't thinking like if it was over 10 hours, that would be kind of weird for an N64 game. It's like there's a lot of stuff in there, but I don't think it would come close to like Breath of the Wild.
Also, I'd like Danny and Ty to guess this. Which N64 game takes the longest to beat? Like just regular. Like not speedrunning, just like which game do you N64 game takes the longest to beat?
Oh my god. Is this some kind of weird oddball thing? Or
yeah, it's a wild card, but it's a game you guys both know, but you wouldn't know that it's that. You wouldn't guess.
What's a game it has like a ridiculously long death march? I don't know. Turok 2 or something.
Mystical Ninja starring Goma, the 3D one.
No, it's StarCraft 64.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I forgot about that game, but yeah, that's real.
Yeah. One of my buddies has that. I'm like, dude, awesome. Okay. Yeah. Lemonade. He says, hey, this was talked about a lot on RFN, Radio Free Nintendo back in the day. Yeah, I believe it. I kind of remember them talking about these, Game Center CX games. The first one that came out was localized in English, at least in North America. The second game came out right around the time that the first one was coming out in North America. And then a third one actually came out on the 3DS in 2014. But it was obviously never, they're not even including it in this collection. So maybe that tells you what they think about it. But again, it's like this is like a retro collection of games. They kind of have like an you might have been able to see from that trailer. There's kind of like these little 3D kids in like the 80s or whatever, and they're playing Famicom basically. So it's neat. I've never played it. Looks cool though. So yep. Well, anyway, I'll go ahead and go next here because this is something that was actually legit kind of surprising, kind of just literally came out of nowhere last week. And this has to do with Nintendo Switch Online, but not in Japan, but definitely Japan related. As of last week, 3 previously Japan only games are now available on the Western Nintendo Switch Online, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy lineups. First one that they showed off here is Kirby's Star Stacker, which originally came out on the Game Boy, and then they never released the Super Famicom or Super Nintendo version in the West. It's essentially the same game as that, like a puzzle game, match 3 type of deal. Yeah, so that was a thing. And then like some random oddball thing they released in the West too is a Game Boy Color version of Quest for Camelot, like a licensed game. So like I don't think this is going to be coming to Japan anytime soon. So that was kind of weird. And one other game that they put out too for the from the Famicom, something that we talked about not too terribly long ago. Well, first we'll do this one, the Downtown Neketsu games, like the Kunio-kun games. This one, they translated the title at least to Downtown Neketsu March Super Awesome Field Day. Just side beat 'em up type of deal.
Good title.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of clever that they did that because the Japanese title is also ridiculously as long. But the other game they put out is Joy Mech Fight, which we just played at our last game night.
We could have played it in English.
Well,
right?
No, you could have played it on the English, on the English version of the NES Online thing, but it's all in Japanese. So, but still, I'm glad that these games all got some kind of a release on the systems, in the West, because otherwise it is kind of a pain in the ass to do this type of stuff. You have to download, you have to make a Japanese account, and you have to download this stuff. So it's kind of annoying. So it's kind of cool when they do this type of stuff, when Nintendo puts this type of stuff out for people to just be able to play a little bit more easily. So,
right.
Yeah.
Nothing has been translated, right?
Yeah, nothing.
Did they even put like a little information box, like before you start up the game, like give you a hint?
I'm not sure. I haven't tried out these on the
online PDFs, maybe with translations or nothing?
I don't know. That seems like a lot of work, James.
Yeah, there's no Japanese speakers at Nintendo.
No, not at all. So they're just shit out of luck, unfortunately. Yeah. Anyways, try those out. At least try out Joy Mech Fight if you haven't already. It's a great game. Just fun. It's a lot of fun to play with friends and stuff too. So check it out. JC,
are we going to Switch too?
Sure.
Yeah, baby. Well, it's been talked about for like 4 years at this point. Switch Pro, dude. And those rumors, they may have been true, and Nintendo may have just moved on. That could have just been revisions of the Switch, like improved battery. And then the Switch Lite came out, and then the Switch OLED came out. So there could be like rumors getting mixed up. More power, a more powerful Switch ended up just being, technically it had more power because it's got bigger battery or whatever, right?
Right.
But recently the rumors have been starting to change to at Gamescom, the European E3. Well, E3 didn't even exist this year, did it?
The Tokyo Game Show.
Right. Might as well just call it the new E3 at this point. Right. But behind closed doors, it's always an exciting time when people talk about people showing, behind closed doors, showing off tech demos.
Mm-hmm.
So it has been reported that several people have seen or played a development. Well, I don't know if it's probably not a finalized development kit, but what the Switch 2 will probably be like PC running at those specs.
Sure.
And they played that the Matrix Unreal 5 demo, which ran supposedly very, very well. That engine, the Unreal 5 engine, has been optimized so much over the past few years. And it's been very, very scalable. But the exciting thing for Nintendo fans is that they also played a version of Breath of the Wild in 4K running at 60 frames a second with practically no loading time. So for Tai, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom has quite a long loading time, probably 30 seconds or something like that. It's probably one of the longer Nintendo first party loading screens, I would think.
Sure.
I'm assuming because it's it's loading the entire world as you load it up, right? Apparently those load times were gone, or very, very heavily reduced, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of like technical specs which have been come out, which I won't read out because I don't understand them and don't care. But like, you know, all the usual thing: anti-aliasing, SLS, 3.5x, upscaling, all that kind of nonsense.
Like the DLSS thing, like it's NVIDIA. I had to just relook and like, what the hell does that actually mean? But like, yeah, NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling basically.
You got it.
Gives you like makes you think the system can do like really fancy stuff that it can't even do like natively or something like that. So like, there's a lot of interesting tech possibilities because I don't see Nintendo just making something that is just an Xbox Series X in the palm of your hands. Like Nintendo would always try to come up with some kind of a way to make it a little bit cheaper, So,
and the rumor also is saying that it will be a portable thing, as you would expect. So it's running on mobile hardware. And the other rumor, whatever, is it'll have 512 gigs of storage.
Okay.
Which I guess that's the cheapest small thing.
They thought they were giving us something with the Switch OLED. Like, you got 64 gigabytes. What more can you need? And it's like, dude, 2K is like a 60 gigabyte download. Come on.
Oh, it's true. 64 for the OLED. Wow.
Yeah.
Slightly bigger OLED. LCD. Yeah, this is the kind of rumor which is like, well, that's dumb and therefore true.
It's probably
is that Nintendo go back to LCD after doing an OLED switch. That is so Nintendo to go back and then later sell an OLED version, whatever, 2 or 3 years down the line.
Yeah.
Which is, kind of disappointing, but, whatever. I don't actually play portably very much / ever. So I don't really care about that much.
Sure. I'm like the opposite, man. Like, I probably play portably more than I play on the TV. It's just the way it is.
8 inches we're looking at, which is a upgrade over the 6.2 of the original one. Mm-hmm. And even the OLED, which is 7-inch.
Yeah.
So bigger than the OLED. So yeah. I mean, people are starting to play around with it. So obviously Nintendo are taking it to Gamescom to show developers. It's like, this is what we're looking at. You should probably start making games that run on these specs if you want it to be, a launch title or whatever.
Sure.
It's a tale as old as time itself.
Yeah.
This is how the industry works. This is how everything. Project Cafe, Wii U. That's how it started, right?
Yeah. I do have kind of like a bonkers theory, James, about when they'll release this. So, I mean, Nintendo just closed up.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah,
at TGS.
Yes. No, God, no.
Iwata's Ghosts.
Yeah, they did just close up Nintendo Live in Seattle just a couple of weeks ago. They had a Nintendo Live event here in Japan last year for the first time since like 2019 or something like that.
Oh, Mario Wonder.
Yeah, and then in the West, I got to play Mario Wonder, and last year we didn't get to play any new games. We just got to take pictures next to the Tears of the Kingdom's Link statue, which, don't get me wrong, I mean, that was cool, but it would have been cool to play like something new. But so within like the past couple of weeks, maybe we talked about it on the last show, but Nintendo Live is coming back to Tokyo in January 2024.
Cool.
If you think back, James, like to 2017 to 2011, in January of both of those years, they had some kind of events so that gamers in Japan could play new hardware. I'm wondering if that'll be a thing. I mean, obviously, I don't think the one reason why I think it won't be is because Nintendo would probably want to give some kind of heads up to gamers about that, and also give information to the West to, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think there's a possibility that there could be some kind of playable Switch 2 in January of next year. That'd be cool. And then release the thing in, March, right before the end of the fiscal year. Boom. Possibility. Not likely. Maybe.
I always forget about the timings of these things. Like, when did we go from Switch Room? What was the Switch code name, by the way? I forgot.
Gosh, I don't even remember. Maybe.
Project Cafe was Wii U. I forgot what Switch was now. What was Switch called? But like, when did we go from the... Oh, I remember because RFN had like a long-running joke. It's like, we do not know what the successor to the Wii U is. You know, they had that alert thing that came on, right?
Yeah.
Because for a long time we didn't know.
NX.
NX, nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
and then the NX.
But we got something about what it was late in 2016, but like, there was really nothing coming out on the Wii U aside from like a Paper Mario game, and the Wii U was just dead. And Nintendo had their mini console, like the Famicom Mini and the NES Mini was out at the time, so it's like that the Switch was not going to cannibalize the sales of that for the holiday season. But you know, I don't know how smart it would be of them to talk about, you know, a brand new system that they're releasing in March or whatever in 2024, right before holiday season, you know, sales and stuff like that in November. That'd probably just be flat out stupid. But
so how long did it take to go from NX to Switch? Like, it felt like it was quite a while.
It was
like people were getting really like on the edge of their seats at that point. It's like, when are you just going to announce what is this thing fucking called? Are you going to call it the NX? Is it literally called the NX? Is it Nintendo? Is it? Well, then there was like all of these stupid names and mock-ups and fake mock-ups. You know, it was so long. But that could have been just because people were just desperate to dump the Wii U.
I mean, I love the Wii U. I mean, James probably liked it too. Ty tolerated us talking about it sometimes. But like, yeah, I mean, it was just clear that it just wasn't doing, it just wasn't going to go anywhere. And then, you know, in 2015, when they started they put out like Mario Maker and Splatoon, you're like, that's awesome. Whatever. But yeah, they just needed something that
the Wii U was a garbage console with two of the greatest games of the decade on for some reason.
I mean, they just needed something that just was a little bit more appealing to people, like in terms of looks, I think, and then just something that wasn't so confusing to people that still thought it was a Wii add-on. You know, so
if the Wii U was successful, then you know, and then the console was announced, the Switch was announced, like it wouldn't have been. That's kind of like the situation that we're in now. Like the Switch is successful, and nobody's looking for a new console right now. Like, I mean, maybe some people are, but like, I mean, there's so many. I mean, Mario Wonder. I mean, I actually forgot that game was coming out next month. It's like, because I'm still playing Tears of the Kingdom. Oh shit, yeah, another first party game is coming out.
Yeah,
a new Mario game is coming out. Holy shit. So I'm not really thinking like, oh, when's the next console coming out? Because there's nothing to play. So they don't need to, which is why we've waited so long, which is why the lifespan of the Switch has been so long. Because they don't need to.
I'm always a little bit, whenever the consoles change and stuff like that, especially when Nintendo has a good relationship with third parties, I'm always curious to see what type of games third parties will release. Or like, you know, for lack of better words, sometimes like just ideas, I guess. Sometimes I'm just curious, like, I wonder if that game will come here or something. You know, this old ass game that's a couple years old that ran on like PS4 and stuff. I wonder what that would look like on a next Nintendo system or something. Like being able to play that in handheld mode or on the TV, that'd be awesome. You know, stuff like that.
Well, it's funny how some publishers and some developers are still like seem to be on the fence about the Switch. Well, you know, we need to see how good this thing's going to go before we go all in. You know, it's like, hasn't EA been saying that for like, you know, 6 years at this point?
Yeah, I mean, Ginky's in the chat too, and he said NX right around the same time we said it too. But he said, hey guys, I hope Switch 2 comes out in March. Yeah, I hope so too. But again, like, you know, like James said, Nintendo has been killing it this year. So if they are going to release something next March, what the hell are they going to launch with? Like a new 3D Mario is like the only thing I could think of to actually kind of surprise people. Metroid. God,
you would assume that's why it hasn't been out. That's why we got the remaster,
or it's just
the first one.
It's
I mean, well, Zelda probably not going to happen for a while, but it's confusing because we're about to get a new Mario game as well. It's like, I mean, I guess a 3D Mario game, right? Maybe a new Mario Kart, right? I mean, Splatoon 3 is like doesn't feel that old, and it's like
it's just a year old, so yeah.
And it's like, what, you're gonna have a Splatoon 4 like next year? I don't think so.
Yeah,
it's like all the games, all the big franchises have already had sequels kind of recently. Even my like B tier ones like Pikmin has had a fourth game come out.
I got it, James. It's gonna be a 3D Mario and Arms 2.
There you go.
Here come the legs.
Legs.
Arms 2, here come the legs. Boom.
Right. Let's call it legs, just in capital letters.
That too. No. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Brand recognition is what I'm trying to go for, but
yeah, it's a tricky one, this one. It's very hard to predict. I'm usually very accurate and very good at predictions with like when it comes to console launches and stuff like that, but like I don't know, it's hazy. The dark cloud of the force is clouding my judgment. I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
Anytime you listen to podcasts and they're trying to predict things about console launches, or well, just about anything really, they're probably gonna all be fucking wrong. So I mean, it's just kind of like the way it goes. But it is kind of fun just to think about what if and what can happen, possibilities.
I'm 100% right 50% of the time.
There it is. See? Man gets it.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Right. A lot can happen until March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, like James said, we'll see on the Switch 2 how that's all going to shake out. It'll shake out, that's for sure. But before we head into the latter part of the show, just want to talk a little bit about TGS. Again, this is happening next week. It's starting on September 21st and running the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We are going to be there covering games. I'll be probably writing stuff, making videos about it. We'll probably get together and chat like on the floor, maybe have a video or something like that out so that you guys can hear some of our impressions. Ginky is going to be there with us as well. We're still kind of like, well, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's almost a week away, and we need to anyways, we're all going to be there. When and exactly when and all that stuff, we'll have to kind of figure that out. But I did put together a list right now of all the games that are going to be at the show that are on Nintendo platforms, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of share that right now. And honestly, hi Tanny. What's he saying there, James?
He's saying this will be my first TGS and the first year I ever missed Gamescom. Wow.
Okay.
Cool. Hit us up, Hi Tanny. Hi Tanny is one of our greatest patrons. So yeah, hit us up on the Family Friends Discord channel.
Yeah.
Let's meet up. Danny's house, as always.
Yeah.
Open bar.
Let's go.
Stay as long as you want, mate.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite a few games. Like I said, I have a list of all of the known stuff that's coming out. I'm not going to read everything. If you want to see a list,
number one,
no, go over to the website and you can like check stuff out. I mean, obviously, I know for like Ty, there's a lot of like non-Nintendo stuff that he's probably excited about. And actually, Ty, like with TGS coming up, is there anything that you're looking forward to playing to on Nintendo or not on Nintendo or whatever?
I don't know.
Okay, because I thought, isn't like Tekken gonna be there or something maybe?
Oh yeah. That's had playable builds at like some fighting game tournaments around.
Okay.
I think it's had like closed betas already. I did not get a code, so yeah, maybe I'll play Tekken.
Okay.
We'll see. Usually, my favorite things are actually just random indie games that just pop up and they kick ass.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many indie developers. Like we've been getting so many emails from like the TGS press office being like, "Hey, this company's going to be there." I'm like, "Who the hell is this?" Like all this type of stuff. So there's always tons of stuff out there. Especially you go to the indie section, it's packed. There are so many games. A lot of stuff is sometimes on the Switch, so it's like that's impossible to even kind of keep track of beforehand. You just kind of figure that out when you're there. Some big games that are going to be there, though. I mean, I said that Game Center CX game,
Metal Gear.
That'll be actually, Metal Gear is going to be there. They didn't say it's going to be playable, but they didn't say for which platform. So we'll see on that.
Seriously? I thought the Master Collection was already out on other consoles.
Nope. It's coming out in October.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, one day before my birthday.
Yeah, October 24th.
Hint, Danny.
Yeah, okay. I think that collection's a little expensive, James. I don't know, man. I like you, but I don't know if I like you that much, man.
How much is it going for? Because 3 games, right? Well,
yeah, Jesus, like 7,000-8,000 yen or something like that.
Yeah. Konami tax.
Yeah. There is the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. That's going to be playable. They're going to have a stream about that too.
Wait, I thought that was already out as well.
No, not yet.
Apollo, is that different from? Oh, right, Ace Attorney. What's the other trilogy that's already out?
Just the regular Ace Attorney trilogy, like with Phoenix Wright.
Apollo Justice is a different character.
Yeah, okay. The other guy.
I see. Okay, Ty, do you know that trilogy? You played that trilogy?
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, he's the young guy with the red vest.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah. So then some games are going to be there that are like literally already out now, like Power Pro's baseball. Even the Power Pro game is like $1. It's like, why are you okay? That's Konami. Konami actually has.
Danny, remember in the dark days, they used to have like friggin' mobile games there. Like, here's a free mobile game. This booth takes up 2 fucking whole halls. Or you could just download it on your phone and just play it.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at, what was it? Maybe I was looking at Ubisoft's. I was trying to look up to see if Ubisoft was going to be at the show, and I think they have some kind of mobile thing, like the Division or something like that. I'm like, oh man, like I kind of wanted to try out that new Prince of Persia because they had a playable build at Gamescom.
Oh, yeah. I just watched the video of that.
Okay.
What's it called?
Prince of Persia, something.
Oh, Prince of Persia. Sorry, I was talking about Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
Assassin's Creed. What's it called? Unity? No, not Unity.
The new one. Yeah,
the newest one.
Yeah. That's another interesting topic too. All those high fidelity games coming to iPhone 15. That's nuts. Anyways,
Mirage. It's set in 9th century Baghdad.
Okay.
It's going back to old school.
Yeah, but some other Level 5 is going to be back at Tokyo Game Show in force. It's going to be Inazuma 11 game there. Fantasy Life is back. Professor Layton game is going to be there as well, at least as a stream. Sega's going to be there with Sonic Superstars. Persona 5 Tactica is going to be there as well. Square Enix. Some stuff that's already out. Actually, a lot of stuff that's already out.
It's always weird when you say Western games that have been out for 2 years, but it's finally getting a Japanese version.
Yeah, or like you will always find every single year you will see Dragon Quest X online at TGS in probably video form or something like that. But if you look at the English page for Square Enix, it's nowhere on the list. You have to kind of switch over, and then you could see that sometimes. But
talking of Dragon Quest, like there was a amazing trailer came up on YouTube, like here in Japan, like a live action trailer, and they'd actually recreated Akihabara from like 20 years ago, Akihabara. So like back when the Sega arcade was there and all that kind of stuff. So like I don't know how they did it. It's like it must be a mixture of CG and whatever, green screen or whatever. It's like, holy shit, that's Akihabara, like back in the day. And obviously they were showing, the first release of Dragon Quest, and then showing people, queuing up to buy the first Dragon Quest, getting very nostalgic, and then, fast forwarding to 2023, the music is amazing, and then it announced boom, the mobile game. It's like, oh, fuck you. just watched a 2-minute trailer about a mobile game, Dragon Quest Walk, right?
Oh yeah, well,
yeah.
They do collaborations with Japanese baseball, so they get a pass from me.
Okay. Wait for it, mate.
Yeah. But go ahead, Ty.
Oh, nothing. I was just saying baseball.
Okay, yeah.
Mobile game baseball.
I don't like mobile game baseball, honestly. It sucks.
All right, good.
Yeah,
you should play mobile game girl butts.
Yes. Yeah, I will do that. But TGS, we're going to be there. It should be fun. At least fun to like meet up and hang out. Hopefully have some fun playing some games too. But we'll see.
Thanks again to Genki for joining us.
Hell yeah. Looking
The
forward to
fourth member of the crew.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to meeting you two jokers too. You know, we don't get to meet up in person very often, so it's always kind of fun when we get to do that. So cool. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to do it for the old JAPANews today. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part of the show. And JC?
I don't know. You were just talking through that whole music. I don't know why you're doing that. Makes more sense on the audio version. Hey, kids. Yes, it's time for the Fukubukuro of Fabulousness. Please look at my sack. It's full of games, and they're not very expensive, so you can afford them. So just take a look and buy one. These are good games, I promise. These jokers are going to tell me about games they've played and bought in the past, and then be surprised and shocked and annoyed at how cheap they are now. Deal with it, mate. Just deal with it. So yeah, we're going for the sub $10, over 75% Metacritic score. That's actually quite a lot here, but there's a few that we've already seen, so we don't need to look at all of them. Let me see here. Let me just share the screen so the fabulous audience can join in. Yes, in the chat as well. If you see a game that you played, shout it out. Tell people to buy it. Here we go. Right then. So the BitTrip games seem to be on sale. BitTrip, I mean, do you remember BitTrip Runner 3? Oh, I think, was it 2 or 3?
2? Shit, now I'm confused.
That's the one with Charles Martinet's voice. May he rest in peace. He's not dead. He's just not Mario anymore.
Right.
Oh my God. Lemonade in the chat. I don't know if he's trolling us, but he's just said, direct confirmed. Let's see if he's telling the truth.
I'll check it out. You
after that, don't announce it till after the Fukubukuro, okay? I don't want to be interrupted. It's very important.
Okay. Sure.
Go ahead. Right. Yes, a lot of the usual suspects are here. Flashback. That's a classic Amiga game. If you guys know what an Amiga is, I played that on Amiga back in the day. It's a great game. It's only $2, 80% off right now. It's very hard, but it's very fun. Let me see. You've heard of StarCraft. How about Mousecraft? Actually, I really want to know what that is, actually, because we were just talking about StarCraft 64 earlier. Does it anything like StarCraft? No, it isn't. It's just I don't know. What the hell is this? It's almost like snipper clips, but with Tetris pieces or something like that.
Got a good domino still going right next to you, too.
Oh, yes. My domino.
Nice.
I like the publisher, developer name of Minecraft. It's called Crunching Koalas.
Mousecraft. Oh, nice.
Probably Australian.
Or not at all.
Oh no, it's all just they just like koalas. The other BitTrip Runner is also $2. Oh, sorry, did I say what the other BitTrip game was? BitTrip Core. Sorry, BitTrip Core is also $2. Let's see. And BitTrip Runner is $2. Not tonight. Take Back Control Edition. That's the Brexit game. It's always a game that I feel like I should play it, but it's like, I don't know. It looks too depressing and realistic.
Right.
It's like maybe like Papers, Please kind of vibe.
Okay.
But it's I don't know if it's by the same guy, but that's it's usually $25, but it's 90% off. It's $2.49 right now.
Okay.
So, if you want to learn about Brexit through a game, go for it. So a couple of Among Us is on sale again, $3, lowest price ever. You still don't have that for some reason. Toem, that's the photography game, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Is that yeah? It's got a bloody camera in the the logo, mate. A photo adventure. Yeah, I really like the look of this game. Look at how beautiful this game is. It's like the diorama, but it's all black and white and lines and stuff like that. Yeah. It's like Pokemon Snap, but no Pokemon are involved.
Right.
Go around and take pictures and do missions for people. Looks very charming. How much is that? Toem is $6, and that's TOEM. I don't think that's English.
Probably not.
A photo adventure. Oh, if you search for a photo adventure, you might get it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, usually $20. It's $6 right now. Indivisible, I guess we're contractually advised to mention that game right there.
Yeah, it's like imagine like Super Metroid and what's that one game called? Valkyrie Profile, like mashed together into one game. It's kind of awesome.
Let's see if we can find Cyrus in one of these screenshots. he is a non-playable character, right?
Yeah. He's in the city, just kind of in the middle.
No, he's not in these screenshots. Therefore, he's lying.
He's there. I've seen him.
Yeah, I've seen it as well. Yeah, $7.49, down from $30. It's a beefy game going up for a good price. Get it. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. This was like really hyped up, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Like people were going crazy for this shit. It's like won a lot of awards, right? Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, unless I'm getting it mixed up with a game with a similar title.
This is World War I? No.
No. Yeah, it is this. It's like a 2-player emotional story. You do puzzles together. I think you kind of need 2 people.
Okay.
It's one of those games.
Well, hey, Lemonade said, hey, Brothers is good. This was what he said.
There you go. Yeah, I thought so.
I have 2 of them. They're okay.
All right, mate. Didn't need a life story.
Literally.
So yeah, it's usually $15. It is only $3 right now. So yeah, if you have someone to play with, definitely do it. Lots of very interesting looking games, but I don't know anything about it. If anyone knows what the Artful Escape or Telling Lies, if anyone's played that, please let me know. Bitrip Flux is $2 as well. Yep. Okay. Does anyone say that in the chat? Nope. Okay, I'm going to click on this, the Artful Escape, because it looks very cool, the screenshot. Wow. Okay. Amazing, colorful art. Blinding my eyes.
I have no idea how to play this game.
I mean, is it like a music rhythm game, and then I go here and it's like a point and click game? And here I have no idea.
Yeah, bizarre.
Okay, what is the it says action adventure. Came out last year. Wow. Well, it's got 80% critic score. You can complete it in 4.5 hours. Let's have a look. It stars the voice performances of Michael Jackson. Sorry, no, Michael Johnston.
Same thing.
Wow.
Same thing. When you really think about it.
No, and Carl Weathers. Oh, it's got Carl Weathers as a voice.
Nice.
Holy shit. Man, that's worth the price tag alone. That's probably $20 of the asking price goes to his voice talent.
Right.
Cool. It's half off right now. It's $10. So if you want to see what Carl Weathers is up to right now, give it a shot, maybe. Let me see. There's all these look. A lot of these look very familiar. Like I've seen them in directs before, but I haven't played it, and I don't know anyone who's played it. This one, for example, Alba.
Oh,
looks cute as hell.
I think I played this for 10 minutes.
Uh-oh. You got the achievement and then never played it again.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was okay.
Okay. Okay. It's almost like with this screenshot, it reminds me of the oh man, what the hell is that? Firewatch or something? Was it Firewatch? Yeah, like going around the like taking pictures and yeah. Anyway, what's it called again? Alba, a wildlife adventure. Is on sale for $8. And it used to be 20. And yeah, it's got a high score, 80% Metacritic score. So yeah, sounds good. I mean, Ty didn't play it for very long, but you know.
Yep.
Okay. Any more? Here we go. Okay, this one, I'm going to click on this one because the icon is interesting. Nowhere Profit. And let's see. Oh my goodness, what the hell is this game? Okay, hard pass. That's why you, that's why you get a good thumbnail, right? You get people to click. Well played. Let me see. Splasher. That was a TGS game, like 3 years ago,
yeah.
right, Danny?
Yeah. Gee, no, that was like 2017, maybe.
Wow.
It was early, dude. Like, yeah, holy crap.
$3. $3. That's like Splatoon meets Super Meat Boy.
Damn.
So yeah, you're jumping around, but you're also shooting your paint gun.
Yeah.
Hypnospace Outlaw and the 1990s Internet Simulator is
Always
on
a
sale.
banger.
$7 right now.
Yep.
Down from 20. Mighty Switch Force Collection. Man, that was a Wii U classic.
Damn.
I think maybe 3DS as well, like 3DS Wii U.
Sounds like something that was on there.
Is $10 right now. The Mighty Switch Force Collection. So it has a whole bunch of the games. I didn't realize that they actually made more than 2.
I didn't either, unless yeah, that's interesting.
You find the cute girl and then you win the level, right? It's like it's a puzzle based, you know, like platform game. Does it tell you what games are in this thing? Mighty Switch. It's got Mighty Switch Force, Mighty Switch Force 2, and then Mighty Switch Force Academy. Okay, there you go. And it has a versus mode for up to 4 players. I didn't know it had a multiplayer mode. There you go. It's $10. All the Trine games are on sale, by the way.
Okay.
I just skipped past them all because we talked about them so many times. But for example, Trine 2 is only $4.24. And then Gone Home, I don't think that's been on sale.
Doesn't
I think it has been. Isn't that game like free on some platforms?
Yeah, I got it for free.
I got it for free too.
Yeah, well, it's $4.49. It's usually $15. Maybe it's never gone under $10. Maybe that's why we haven't seen it. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, and then Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is $10.
Yeah.
Half price. Yep.
Yep.
There we go.
Don't forget Cryptid the Necrodancer, one of the best games ever made. It's like $3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Neurovoider, one of your favorite games, right, Ty?
It's all right.
Okay.
Like
Sayonara Wild Hearts. I somehow missed that one. That's a great game. That's like a music video as a game. So like it's like an album. You just play through the whole album as a music video, and it's got amazing music.
What was that game? CNC Music Factory on Sega CD?
Yeah, it's like that. But actually a good game. Yeah. I actually unfortunately played the mobile version of this, and it was very hard to control. And the whole time I was playing it, I was like, shit, I wish I had a fucking game controller to play this. And now you can. There we go. Right then. So let me, hopefully you guys found something that's worth buying there. I can now zip up my sack and pass it over to Tyrone.
Yeah, let's go.
It's got some anime boobs for us, hopefully.
Oh boy, do I. Oh god, I wonder where I put my box cutter if I'm gonna have to improvise something again.
That sounds so ominous. Where put my box cutter? Are you about to kill someone?
Yeah, sometimes I like to go in the woods and cut up animals. Okay, it's cool. I got it.
And well, just before Ty gets started, yeah, Lemonade did kind of hit it out of the park with the news. Yeah, there is a Nintendo Direct coming roughly 24 hours from right now. It's on the 14th of September, coming at 11 o'clock p.m. our time here in Japan. Adjust accordingly for your region. I just wrote up an article and put it on the website. I'll be putting in the embedded videos for Japan, North America, and the UK, so you can see that in a bit.
All right. So, as usual, I have boxes of anime trash right here. I think I have 5. I kind of lost track. Since, I might have a couple more somewhere, but anyway, let's open them up. Let's see what we got. So every week I play those godforsaken UFO catchers, and let's see what Capcom UFO catcher sent me. Yeah, it's one of my favorite sites right now. Daily free ticket, at least one, sometimes a few.
Sure.
And some decently easy machines sometimes.
Okay.
Good selection with some exclusive Capcom stuff. All right. Here we are. All right, we got starting off strong with an Anime Chan. So
let's go.
One of the ReZeros. She's a cop and also a puppy. It's like a Paw Patrol crossover, I think.
Do I look like a cop? And it's like, well, kind of, but you also look like a puppy.
Yeah, like she's got the puppy ears. So yeah, Paw Patrol collab. Let's go.
There it is.
I think she stops Noodles too.
Okay, Noodle stopper.
Yep. And let's see. I got this this cute little super deformed Spy Family character. It's what's her name? Fiona Frost.
All right.
I think that's her name. Yeah, I love her. She's cute. This is like the first figure like available of her, I think, and I just got it. It looks absurd. Yep. All right, so that's the first box. Next up, we got a big box from Molly Online. So, Molly Online has like some really easy machines actually. The thing is, if you wait to ship 3 at a time, they give you like another free ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good deal. But the tickets do dry up if you like don't give them money now and then.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a catch.
Sure.
But like I think Molly Online right now, it's like the most bang for your buck. Oh yeah, what do I got here? Yes. All right. Which one should I show you first? Let's go with the little guy. I got another squeezy Dragon Quest slime.
Oh, nice.
You guys might have seen me playing with one like before the show started.
Yeah, I did.
But like, yeah, it's cute, and you can squeeze it, and its face bulges out. Hopefully, I can get a good shot for the video version.
Yeah, like a bullfrog.
Now I have blue and green.
Cool. And that's both. There's only 2 colors, right?
I think there's more.
Okay. I didn't remember if you showed us some kind of a thing that said. Okay, I don't know anymore. I don't even know who I am.
All right. Why are we here? Just to suffer?
Yes, actually, yes.
All right. Next up, I got a big plush in here. Let's go.
All right.
It's Anya from Spy Family making the troll meme face. This was on my wish list for a long time.
Nice.
You've probably seen this in some memes by now.
Probably.
I love her. It's great. This is YouTube thumbnail material, I think. Like right here. We'll decide later.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, now it's real waifu time. We got a big boob character coming through.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, this is one of the fancy ones. Right? Like it's got like a gold printed embossed logo.
Damn.
This is Albedo from what's that show? Overlord.
Okay.
And as you see, she has giant honkers.
Yes. Yeah, she does.
Yep.
There's
you go.
The thumbnail.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so that's my Molly Online thing. What? There's something else in here. Just like a little ad thing. Okay, no worries. Next up, we have a small box from Tokyo Catch. Tokyo Catch has gotten harder recently. Like, once you put in like $20 in the site, you get like a daily free ticket for life. But it's not going as far as it used to these days.
Okay.
But that site does ship to the US.
Okay.
All right. I got a couple funny things here. I did get this one for free. This is great. This is the Kuribo from Yu-Gi-Oh! No relation to the Mario one.
Okay.
It's a funny little meme guy. He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
It's funny. He's part of a set with the Time Wizard.
The Time Wizard.
The Time Wizard. Great idea, Yug. I fucking love Time Wizard. And one more thing, the other half of the Paw Patrol set.
ReZero.
Right.
There it is.
Right. I got the ReZero Paw Patrol collab set.
Boom.
Let's go. I'm gonna put these in the microwave. I'm not, but maybe I'll put them on Mercari. We'll see.
There you go. And probably a better financial option.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Toriba. Toriba, huge selection, daily free tickets, but kind of infamously hard. So, like, I don't even remember what they sent me. Let's find out. But I mean, with a huge selection, you can like open up like 100 fucking tabs and just like look for anything that looks winnable.
Yeah.
It's a good system. Let's see, a lot of packing material. All right. Okay. I vaguely remember winning these. I think these were almost free, like probably like $2 or $4 to get these. All right, I got some Anime Chan with like a fucking panda pajamas. I don't even know. You tell me, guys.
Yeah. Kaide. What is it? Kaide something. Oh, Corful. That weird thing again.
Yeah, that's just a figure series. Like you know, there's like the relaxed time figures. There's the Corful figures. There's you've seen them all 1,000 times by now.
I have, but it doesn't mean I understand them.
Yeah. I guess this is the name of the show. I'm not reading all this shit.
Okay.
But she's cute. She was free. Or almost free. I don't know. Next up, we got an anime cat girl. I think somebody was complaining about not enough cat girls.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know if I should show the other angles of this box. They're kind of suggestive, but okay. Here you go.
She's a cat.
Cat girl butts.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, it's also a ReZero. She's a cat and a dog. It's madness.
Wow. What a world.
I got cat girl. What I don't even remember her name. I know nothing about ReZero except there's 1,000 figures.
See, you already know them. You already know more than most of us here on the show,
Yep.
at least.
Christ. Okay, I got one more Capcom box. It's got some weight to it.
A body pillow filled with rocks.
Yeah. But my Capcom rocks are here. It's Rockman. Get it?
I don't get it.
It's like, yeah. Oh, it's a CPS2 arcade board.
You never know. You never know these days.
Would be nice. Okay, what do I got? All right. Looks like some figures. Oh shit. Okay. Let's open them up. All right, I got another bunny girl for the collection.
It looks
There
like
you go.
the same one I've seen before, but it's probably slightly different.
It's one of the quintuplets.
Oh God.
Yep. it's Ichika.
Okay.
Yep. So
aren't they like named after actually the numbers? Ichika, like
yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay.
Yep. And all right, this guy is heavy. All right, it's kind of dumb, but I think it's a cool character. It's the funny robot from the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Okay.
The one that looks like a Mega Man boss or a Gundam.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this guy is heavy as hell.
Huh. Is it a statue?
I assume it's just a figure, right? Like, it should say if it's like PVC plastic or something on here.
If it's heavy, that'd lead me to believe it isn't plastic. I mean, yeah, usually that size of figure shouldn't be that heavy.
Yeah, this is like the heaviest figure I've ever had at this size. This is a big boy. He's thick though. He's dummy thick. All right, man. I'll open this up later.
Okay.
We'll have a look. Yeah, I think that's all my boxes.
Okay.
If like a small one slipped away, I'll find it later and report back on the Discord.
Okay.
But yeah, vote for your favorite in the chat, and maybe I'll stick it in the thumbnail.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Or I'll just do the troll face on you instead.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, that'll wrap it up for anime trash.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to a little bit of feedback from you guys. Whoop. Before we get into the feedback, again, the direct is coming up in less than 12 hours. 24 hours. It's coming on September 14th. I just made a post on our website, so you can see like the Japanese stream, the North American one, or the UK one, whichever you like. That's on the website. You can check it out. But feedback, if you guys have anything you want to send us, you definitely can. Questions, comments, complaints, whatever the hell you want. You can email us at thefamicast@gmail.com. Send us comments on social media, either Blue Sky or X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. We're at the Famicast. Yeah, and you can have your stuff read out on the air like these guys. Ooh. So we actually got an email from our good buddy, Russ Greeno. Like we haven't got so many emails here recently. But I thought this is kind of interesting, an interesting question, interesting statement, I guess. But from Russ, hiya. So do you think the Switch will ever get an official retail price drop before the next console release? I'm thinking not. It's selling well enough right now for an older system. With the next console almost certainly being backwards compatible, this leaves open the option to have the new and old system on sale for the first year or so. Those on a budget will be able to buy Switch 1 cheaper, leaving the new adopters to buy Switch 2. So I'm thinking the Switch Lite about £179, standard Switch £229, OLED $249, and then Switch 2 like £349. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he answered his own question. The price won't change until there is a more expensive console out. So sure. Literally the day the Switch 2 gets released, the Switch 1 will go down in price, but not a day before. Sure. I think I said this before in a podcast a while back, but like I went into a game store, I saw Super Smash Brothers for Wii for $60.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo does not drop their prices ever.
Yeah. That is kind of bizarre. Actually, yeah, same type of deal. I saw a shit ton of Wii versions of Skyward Sword at my local electronic shop, and they're still sitting on the shelf, still sitting at that original retail price. Like, what are you guys doing? It was like, I think the first time I saw it was like
plastic's all faded.
Yeah, I think the first time I saw it, they had just released the remake on the Switch. I was like, I mean, are you guys just trying to confuse people? I mean, smart, but like, holy shit. But no, I'd say the same thing. I mean,
yeah, and if you are going to pay full price for an old game, you want it to be in perfect condition, not like sun bleached to death. Like it looks like 100 years old.
Yeah.
Come on, at least protect it.
Yeah, but back to the the system stuff. It's like it's kind of weird because for like the past long time we have seen Nintendo make price drops and stuff like that, especially back in the GameCube era. Well, okay, GameCube era, it happened quite a bit to the point where the GameCube got down to like what $99. Not that
because it was failing.
Yeah, I mean, not that far into its life.
N64 got pretty big reduction quite early on, didn't it?
Yeah, obviously the 3DS saw one really quickly, and James and I were the benefactors of that. Getting the ambassador games and stuff like that. James even more so, because I think you got it for the cheap price, and you got the ambassador games
in your face, Bibbins. I mean, thank you.
Yeah. No, it's like, I think there's no reason for Nintendo to mark down the price right now. I mean, the system's still selling well enough. Yeah, but if they still want to get people coming into like more of an entry level type of thing, then and it's as opposed to like the 3DS and trying to mark that down while the Switch is out or something like that. It's theoretically speaking, Switch and Switch 2 will be the same platform more or less, just more power being on the other one or something. So
even on the eve of discontinuing the system, they won't reduce the price. Like, wasn't the 3DS just normal price until they stopped making it?
Yeah, they didn't really. Yeah, they didn't.
I mean, there were some price reductions, but it's not like, well, we're not making it anymore. Let's just half off.
They weren't trying to clear out inventory. I don't think they really cared.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, Russ sent us that, like, I think it was the day after we recorded the last episode, which unfortunately it was like, 2 or 3 weeks ago. We usually do this every other week, and we'd had an extra week in between. So thank you for your patience there, Russ. And if you guys have any other questions or just general comments or something like that, just please feel free to hit us up on the long form stuff. James, did you see anything on?
Yeah, boy, I'm so happy because there are no Twitter comments, but there are a shit ton of Blue Sky comments. So this makes me so happy. Thank you, guys. So Blue Sky, we're at, the Famicast on Blue Sky, obviously. Nothing changed. But one of the news articles really gained some traction here. So we got one from Push Dustin. He's on Blue Sky. So he's looking forward to seeing us at the old TGS. But the news article was the no DLC for Tears of the Kingdom that we talked about on this very episode. Liam Robinson, friend of the show, he's on Blue Sky. He's got quite a lot of followers already. He's got his repost kind of like got some major liking. So basically we were asking, how do you feel about no DLC? And he says, I respect it. If they feel they've done all they can with the world, it's better to move on to the next big thing than trying to drag it out. Yep, 100% agree. Then Jin at jindraws.bsky.social. You don't need to read that bit out, I guess. As much as I love these last 2 games, I'm quite happy with this news. I've seen plenty of this world and I've had many amazing memories, but I did start to feel the fatigue at the end. I'd rather them have them work on a new world and be another Hyrule or a different kingdom. Yeah, I'm down with that. Samantha Ferrari is writing an anime history. Long name. She says, I'm okay with this. After TikTok, that's Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like I was done with the game. Like I said, this is a good place to end it. Yeah, kind of agree. Yes, I mean, a whole bunch of comments here. Fal Cooper says, honestly, it's a good thing. It's rare to have a game that is this complete on launch and the developer is satisfied with all that they've added. Pretty much what we said in this episode. Will64 says, I'm fine with this. I put 100+ hours in TikTok. 100 hours. Come on, step up your game, mate.
Yeah, right.
118 hours, isn't it, mate? Anyway, he was satisfied with it and he didn't have a feeling like he needed more. Same thing happened with Breath of the Wild, which is why it took me over 5 years to play the DLC story. Danny, how are you doing with the DLC on Breath of the Wild?
Dude, I'm totally fine with it. Like I said, it's like...
how are you doing? As in, how far did you get in the DLC?
Oh, for Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Not very far. I did like how they I like how they added the thing where you can see where you went, and now it's just part of Tears of the Kingdom, so I don't have to buy it. So that's nice.
Yep. So yeah, thank you for the wonderful Blue Sky comments coming up. I mean, Twitter is on its dying on its ass. It was probably going to be dead by the end of the year. So you might as well move over to Blue Sky while you can. We'll dish out invites when we can. I'm sure it'll just become open, but right now they're being selective. They don't even allow what do you call it, politicians or leaders of countries, because they don't have the security to handle that right now. So it's just it's pretty much just gamer people right now on Blue Sky, and it's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys still do have comments on Twitter and stuff like that, we do see that. So James doesn't. I'll see it.
Danny will see it, yes.
I'll see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the feedback. And that's actually...
No YouTube?
Yes. There's so much stuff on there.
Just baseball? Okay.
A lot of basketball. So it's okay. There was a couple of cool things. So maybe we'll get to some of that some other time. But yeah, that is going to do it for the Famicast 253. Of course, those of you that joined us live, thank you guys so much. Appreciate your support and then just watching the show. Hope you guys had a good time. If you do, like us, leave reviews, all that shit. Makes us feel good, I guess.
Live reactions of Nintendo Direct coming up soon.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my
Danny?
God. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it's late, isn't it? 11 p.m.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, it's at 11. So I don't fucking know, man.
I just want to go to bed at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be watching it in bed.
Yeah. I start back at work the next day.
Oh, so, fun. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
But if you guys,
thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, they could have. Well, yeah, today would have been perfect. Okay. Anyways, if you guys want to follow us on social media, you can. For me on Blue Sky and Twitter, X, whatever you want to say, you can find me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. JC?
Yeah, Blue Sky at Family Complicated.
Ty?
Super Cat Drugs on Twitter and Blue Sky.
Cool.
I might formally make the move over next week.
Okay.
So that's a very important anniversary for me next week.
Okay. Gotcha.
Not going to tell you what it is.
I think I can figure it out. I won't say anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I can. Maybe I'm not.
We'll see.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to look for something. God damn it. Where did I save that? Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's going to do it for the show. I'm trying to find an ender screen so that I could end this. Anyways, yeah, I'm doing that right now. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. All right. Again, thank you guys. Get off of there, please. Jesus Christ. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We will catch you on the next one. And hey, stay tuned to us here on YouTube for TGS stuff, Famicast.com, all that type of stuff. Should be a lot of fun, lots of stuff to talk about. Look forward to that. Again, for Ty and James, thank you guys so much, and we will catch all of you guys next time.
Peace. See you after TGS, guys.
Yay.
Yes.